week, where am I? Week 14 of my weight loss journey in my PCOS and perimenopause. Um, I lost some weight, 51.6. I was, I think, what, 51.8 last week. This week is 51.6, so 200 grams. And I'm a bit surprised because I didn't do anything right. Like, really, every week it's like my brain will go to like what all didn't work. But this week, I just am shocked because I'm like, how? Like, I messed up every day of the week. Literally, I followed the plan maybe yesterday and day before. Yesterday also at night I snacked, but I still lost 200 grams and I was shocked. Like, I snacked last night thinking that, you know what, it's not gonna be like even 51.8 like last time. It's going to be 52 something. And when I saw the number 51.6 today, I was like, huh, this is so weird. I don't get it. So that's where my brain went. Like, how did I even lose that 200 gram when I did everything wrong? Everything. And that's mainly, I think it's because I got my period. I was premenstrual. I did everything wrong because of the cravings and the pain. And like, I just emotionally ate a lot. But this is so typical. And I always tell all my clients who have sort of regular periods is like, because you will tend to retain water in the second half of your cycle, and then when you get your period, like first half starts when the progesterone comes down, you will lose that water retention weight. There is that, possibly, or it's just like all my efforts paid off of like before. And I also think that, to some extent, I don't really overeat. I generally am in, I don't eat so much. I eat slowly, I eat mindfully. So I think that habit has like rescued me in this. So what I suggested myself last week was the following. There was something about Diet Coke, which was like, get Diet Coke, have Diet Coke at home so you don't have any other juices if you have it with vodka. That did not work because I was like, my period started on Friday. I was premenstrual before from Wednesday, Thursday. I was losing my mind and I knew it is my PMS and I knew something is wrong and I was overeating constantly. But I was like, you know what? Jo hai so hai. It is what it is. And I continued doing that. But I literally got those Diet Coke minis and I needed two of those to fill up my glass. It's like, this is too many. And I landed up drinking even on Saturday. So Fridays, normally I drink one vodka, 30 ml, but I had two of those. And then Saturday, I had one more. Luckily, I got smaller glasses because my small glasses all broke. So I got, sorry, it was like a small gnat. So my small glasses broke, so I got smaller ones. They're not so small, but so that it looks big. Our brains are pretty weird that way. It looks big, and then I might not crave for something bigger. So that is done, but I didn't follow my own suggestion. Next was like avoid Indian places, as there are very few protein-rich food options there. I will of course try roti, rice, and dessert. That was the plan. So I went to Sarvana again. We never used to go to Sarvana because we used to go to Sangeeta, and Sangeeta is under construction. There are other Sangeetas as well, but I'm like, no, let's try something else. And this time in Sarvana, what I did was like, I didn't have the dosas. I had a thali, and I there are very few places where I like the thali, and I just was so nervous. I was like, no, let me just order my dosa, which I know I like, but I ordered the thali, and I was like, I was so overwhelmed just looking at so much food. Not because I have to eat it all. I don't. That is the problem. I don't eat it all. And what if I don't like it? Then I will not get anything. That's my drama. But it worked out. Like, I'm gonna talk more in detail about my Sarvana experience. There was also like there was like a reminder like don't overeat as you will feel drowsy, and then grocery shopping would be like painful after the Saturday lunch. And surprisingly, the thali, even when I had two puris and rice, I did not feel drowsy. I just didn't. And I was like, what the? And I did my grocery shopping and I was very fresh. I drove back. I don't drive. I tell my husband to drive because I'm like so sleepy. But I did not feel drowsy. So that was like something weird. I did have two filter coffees with it. But then I used to have filter coffees with my dosas as well. And I used to feel drowsy. But with the thali, I think the vegetables in it helped me because there were lots of vegetables in the thali. So that fiber probably like, slowed down the release of sugar. My other plan was like to keep all the leftover food, all the snacks out inside. So I did that. There was nothing outside except for some dry fruits like almonds, which are not even roasted, and Brazil nuts, which I don't even like. So they were outside. So it was like, if you wanted, you can have that. But I didn't have those as well. Then the other thing I had suggested myself was to not plan any work on weekends. In fact, I wanted to plan something fun on weekends or just like some work which is not work, like not my business work. But that didn't happen because I didn't finish my work on weekdays. So I was like pending work on weekends and then I had to do that. And I also, there was a movie I had decided that, I'll watch a movie with my daughter. And my plan was, I even like picked the movie, Adam's Family, but it just seemed like not kid appropriate at all. So I didn't watch it. I just didn't. I didn't watch it myself and I didn't want her to watch. I was like, oh, this is such waste of my time. I want to watch some good content which will make me laugh or which will give me like those feels. I didn't watch anything this week actually. I was just watching the reruns of Arrested Development. Oh, I did see one movie called Idiosyncrasy. Oh my God, that movie was so painful. But then I had to force myself to watch it. I forced myself to watch it when with those two drinks. I forced myself to watch it because I was like, I wanted to know what they were like. They were showing that the whole humanity is turning into idiots because all the people who are smart, they were not having babies. And then those who were not educated, who were not career oriented, who were not motivated, having aspirations, those were just like making more and more babies. And the whole generation by 2500, 25, no, 25, 25, everyone is like pretty dumb. Even the lawyers and doctors are pretty dumb. And I was like, what? I can't watch this. But I was like, no, what if this happens? Because sometimes the social media is like shocking. You have to really question everything. Like even as a doctor, I used to like feel like this is so scary, this is so weird. What are people saying on the internet? And then nowadays there are many doctors who will come and say, but people will just thrash the doctor also. Who is educated. And so it's a scary place, social media, and like the world is a scary place, and you really need to like there need to be people who need to educate people really, because if you don't know what is right and wrong, you're going to land in trouble. So I really had to watch that movie, and I watched that movie and I was like, I was sold like, Rashmi, you have to go out there and help people out, because there are a lot of random people who are helping people, and they are not even like, they're just trying to sell medicines. Even doctors do that, honestly. But I want to help people without medicines, without investigations, without treatments, by just cleaning up these food, sleep, exercise, and mind. These are the only four things that we have to do, and you will not get sick. So that movie helped. But I couldn't show that to my daughter because she will be like, yay, let's everyone be idiots. So that happened. Apart from that, my plan was like Friday night, order some protein, order some good fats, and some vegetables, and can have a fruity dessert but without dairy. I honestly don't remember if I had any dessert. Yeah, I did. I had gajar halwa. So that was from my husband. So I had ordered chicken lollipop, protein, mancha soup, some protein, some vegetables, fried rice. I love fried rice, and I had it. And it was, I overate it. I finished it the next day. And I ate that gajar halwa from my husband. And it had some dairy and sugar, but it was okay. Like my nose, fine. No allergies. So I think if I have little bit of it, little bit of dairy, it's okay. So I was like, even when I had rice, I lost weight. So that's just surprising. I had rice 2 days, 2 days, yeah. Um, what else? I wanted to also look into my sleep and find out what is interrupting it. And I think I looked into my sleep for like maybe 2 days. After that, I forgot about it. But now that when I look at my data, I see that I've slept between around 6 hours to 7.5 hours most days. And even when my daughter is sleeping through the night, I am like fully disturbed. I don't know what's happening. I think it's the cat who does some weird activity at night and I get disturbed. But I don't remember waking up personally. So I don't know, the Apple Watch is picking up some disturbances that I am waking up, but then I fall asleep quickly. So I don't know. Now, what actually worked in this? Like, this were my suggestions from last week, but what actually helped me lose that 200 gram? So, if I look at it like from an overall picture, 200 gram is like technically nothing. It's like I've not lost fat. Or maybe I lost 200 grams of fat. Or maybe I don't know where I am. But how come I didn't gain even when I ate the way I ate? And I really like to think like, don't go into, like I tell this to my clients as well, don't go into like immediate reaction. Like so many clients will like eat whatever and then they will lose weight, like how I did now. And then they think that, oh, I can eat whatever and I will lose weight. But it comes back later on. So even if like you have done, like you followed the plan and you didn't lose weight and you gain weight, it might show up after some time. Same goes for the other ways. Like even if you didn't eat everything on plan and you lost weight, it might show after like a week or two. So the bottom line is like give yourself a plan, decide that. Now that plan, whenever you make a plan, you are not making that plan from your emotional self. Planning process comes from your highest brain, prefrontal cortex. So whatever plan you make, it is intentional. Now sometimes we get over enthusiastic and we think that we can do all these weird things. Like, my brain does that, like, oh yeah, I will just like not eat this, not eat that. It will do that. It will suddenly start telling me, like this week it was like my suggestion, my brain, I will always refer my brain as a brain because I become a watcher of my thinking. It suddenly was like, you know what, let's just like not have anything till like lunchtime and then just have black coffee. 1 minute it said that, and the very next moment it was like, oh, let's just have breakfast with daughter, eggs smell so good. So both polar opposite thoughts came. And then luckily I was in a good state of mind, I was not so emotional. And I was like, you know what, Wednesdays we change the plan, let's do this black coffee thing in the morning, and we'll start a new plan on Wednesday. But today we do as planned. So that was like a big revelation I had. Um, so stick to create a plan and try to follow that plan at least for 2 weeks, because we think about how you eat right now is not something which has happened like last month. It's probably you eat this way for many many months and years, that this is now a habit. So, for us to form a new habit, we need to practice it. They say the habit can be formed, a new habit can be formed in like maybe 50 days to almost 254 days or something like that. So, that many times you have to practice it, the new pathway. So, if you create a plan and say just no sugar, even if you see the result of like weight loss, but you not having sugar, not adding sugar, is a different thing completely. Yes, we are focused on the weight loss, that's our goal. But when the emotions are active, like in real time, old habits are active. So you're just going to go to sugar and you're going to add sugar. And that just is going to happen. Now, if you try to like just be like, oh, you are so mean and all, like the emotional parts come up. You're so stupid. You can't even do this much. You're so weak and all that. That is rubbish. That's a waste of time. Don't do that. Instead, I'm saying this so nicely, but even I do that. But I have to like constantly remind myself, stop it. You have to stick to the plan. To tell her to shut up, to stick to the plan. Let's try to form this habit for at least 50 days. And I have this package, current packages of 90 days. We're going to work on it for 90 days. So, like, at least commit to a new practice habit for 90 days. And that, if you're still not able to execute it, then maybe look into it whether you really want to do it. Like, let's be honest, nobody's going to force you to do anything. You are only forcing yourself, right? So, we want to make that plan first and then stick to it. So 1 month, like generally you can change the plan every 2 3 weeks if you want, but I am overall leaning towards a longer fast, overnight fast. Morning will be just like minimum no carbohydrates in the morning, and then little carbs and proteins will come in, good fats are there, and then dinner is more carbohydrate. So this is what I am working on. This is my plan most days. And in between I'm just like failing, like I'm not able to follow the plan. I'm like constantly adding sweetener, sugar, the more tea and coffees, and then nuts here and there. And at night time also sometimes I'll eat this bhakar vadi or whatever Indian snack, flour base is there, I will eat that. So even I fail. But as long as you come back to the plan, oh yeah, let's try doing it again today. Let's do it today. Today we will do it. 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 You have to keep doing it again and again and again and again and again until it happens. Because, like, some people would say, like, but what if this is not the right way of eating? Okay, you are already eating not in a right way because the weight is more. So we need to try something. We don't know what's going to happen if you get like really sick because of the way you're eating right now, like really really life threatening sick. You can assess later on. But if you don't get sick, just little bit like weakness, that's okay. You can handle it. All right. So what work is basically my hard work from previous times paid off probably, as I barely did anything right this week. Also, maybe the period released the water weight, the progesterone dropped. I stuck to the plan literally on Mondays and Tuesdays. And this is something which is like, this is a hint for all my clients who are watching this. Even if we meet every week at the same time, you can literally like become like fully committed just 2 3 days before, and you will see the results. That's the power. And do the work of not overeating. That is what I have. Like, I don't tend to overeat. The moment my stomach signal is so good, like I catch it so well and so fast, that I just will stop eating. I'll keep it in the fridge, or I'll like take it will be a parcel, or I'll just like sometimes I'll just let it go if it's like, if I know I'm not gonna eat it. So then I just let it go. So invest your energy in not overeating. Invest doing the thought work of not overeating. Like, every time you see yourself overeating, don't be unconscious. Be like, okay, why did that happen? What will I do next time? Why did that happen? Make peace with it. What will I do next time? This is so important because you're learning to improvise instead of like doing the same thing again and again. Now, maybe no rice, no bread, no hummus is helping because I did have rice for 3 days. But other 4 days I didn't have it. Maybe that helped. I don't know. I was walking every day. Minimum 8K steps and maximum was 12K. So there was walking which was happening every day. I was also sleeping 6 to 7.5 hours every night, even if it was disturbed. But I slept in my own bed. No daughter came to wake me up. So I got some good sleep. Also, my friend didn't come over who was planning to come over. Like, I was planning to invite, but they couldn't. So, but I ate and drank anyway, so I don't know. It's like my brain was ready to party. I allowed a lot of urges to eat breakfast most days. Because I would make this breakfast for my kid and I'll be like, especially egg. Like if I make pancake, I just put her egg in the pancake. But if she's not having pancake, if she's having a porridge, then I make the egg separately. And if I'm making the egg separately, I was like, ooh, this smells so good, I want to have it. And that would like lead to more cravings. But I didn't have it. And I was like, nope, I could just allow that urge to have it, but I didn't have it. Like you, this is such a meta skill. And if you start doing this in weight loss, you can start doing it in other areas of your life. So if you just master this work where you made a plan and then the brain is telling you, let's go do this, let's go do that, you interrupt your habitual eating if you don't do as planned. You interrupt your emotional eating. You can just interrupt at any time. Even if you start eating and your brain is like, let's just finish it now that it started, now that I made this. No, you can just keep it in the fridge and have it during lunchtime or whenever is your next meal. So, allowing urges is something which I did this week a lot. Also, I gave my daughter an incentive to sleep through the night because she earns some screen time if she does a few things in the day. And one of the things I told her, if she sleeps through the night, she will get like 30 minutes of screen time. And which is like, because normally she does whatever, I'll give her like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then she collects it throughout the day and then she'll use it. So I'm teaching her the concept of earning things. But at the same time, like I was a bit I was asking her like, how come you're not waking up in the night now? And she was like, Mama, I woke up, I was scared, but then I just fell asleep. I just decided to go back to sleep. So I said, I still coached her. Like I told her that, remember there is Bappa here, God is here, so nothing bad will happen. And Mama is right there, you can call me and all. And she's like, fine. So, see, me doing my work is actually helping my daughter. Now, what did not work was the periods really got me, the PMS, especially on Wednesday after the last Wednesday podcast. Then I was just like, nothing. My brain got so fried. I I was trying to watch a movie which is not finished. I think I should watch it at some point. Oh yeah, I need to watch it. Maybe I'll watch it during my vacations. So I was trying to finish that, but then I was chatting with my friends and then I was like, "Oh my God, I can't do any work. I just don't feel like doing anything." And now I can do these things, right? Like before when I used to be at work, I just had to work. Like I just suppress everything, but now I can see there's a bed, I can see there's a television, I can just rest. And I could do that. Like I could allow myself to rest a little bit. And then I told my husband that, I think I'm ordering something because I really want to, I don't feel like cooking at all. And then he was like, yeah, yeah, I'll order for you. And he ordered something healthy, but then he also ordered a tiramisu for me and he also ordered hummus for me, which was not on my plan. And I wanted to get upset with him. Like, how could he? I told him what I wanted. But I was like, oh, that's so sweet of him. So I that was a success. But that just happened for me that premenstrually it might happen. Like, I get it if you are craving some more. Um, Next time, like if I am in my goal weight, I will allow myself to eat premenstrually, knowing that, postmenstrually my weight will come back to normal, like how it did now. So, and also there was a thought, like many times this thought came that Rashmi, you are actually at your goal weight. This is the number which you wanted for so long. You have it now. So now you better start living the way you want to live and the way you want to eat. And like there is no getting anywhere. You are here. So there was that realization was like, it just felt good because in the past when I used to do this work it used to always feel like I'm gonna gain it all back, oh it's gonna come back anytime, but now I'm doing my thought work, I'm recording this, I'm cleaning up my mind, I'm teaching my clients, and then my brain has evolved so much. So I have so much confidence that this is not going to happen again. In fact, I have next level goals now that, okay, after I get to my goal, like I might want to lose a little bit more and build muscle, because once you start building muscle, again, you will gain weight. So I still have to manage, like even if I reach at 50 kilos, I might gain weight at 52. So I would have to figure out how can I keep the weight 50 while building muscle. So that's something which I have to contemplate on, like, or should I be at 52 with muscles, and like what muscles are we gonna build? I'm super excited and scared at the same time, but then there's still the confidence. I've done so many hard things. It feels like I think I can do this. Okay. So, what else? Yeah, the Sarvana thali, I didn't really like it, but I had it. And now it just felt so good. The thali which I had on Saturday, it was really a weird experience for me to order that thali because I really didn't want to have it. But then I was like, no, let's just have it. I had it. It was pretty okay. I didn't have the dessert in it because it was like milky, so I didn't have it. But would I have it again? No, I might not have that thali because it wasn't that great, or maybe I might have it. But I might try something else as well. They have other thalis, so I might try that. Now, this weekend, I'm traveling to Mumbai and I'm going to be with my family. And so I'm not going to have any desire to work. I do have some clients, but I will be chilling mostly because my work, my what I want to do is like I want to reset my brain again, because generally when you are in the same sort of situation, the same sort of patterns get triggered. So when you expose your, like when you go for vacations, when you go different places, when you change the scenario, the brain gets like a shock. I want to see what happens there. Um, but even when it comes to work, I want, like, I will be working from Tuesday. So Tuesday, so there is still work, back end work, which happens. But I'm gonna like try to finish my work as early as possible. That's something which feels good. Uh, Either before time or on time. Like on time is only, I think, for Instagram content or client sessions. But most of the work I do it before time, except for this podcast. My podcast just comes out on Wednesday, so it will be uploaded today. But maybe in future, once I reach my goal weight, my podcast is gonna be also like scheduled beforehand. So I'm like, this is working for me. I'm gonna continue doing that. But I would want my podcast also to be like predated, pre-batched. Now, when I'm going to India, generally I tend to eat a lot. Like it just happens. Initially, it's good, and later on, it's like I just go into like full on emotional eating, and then I get sick. So there is all these sort of weird things which happen. So I'm going to be very conscious about what actually happens, and I'm going to report. I'm going to keep a record of it. I really hope at least I'll take pictures of what I'm eating. But I want to stick to the same kind of plan which I'm doing here, but just circumstances are different. So, my plan is to basically have my black coffee in the morning, no cream, no sweetener. I am going to take my sweetener though for the tea, which I will have in the afternoon. First meal will be with my um, I'm going to talk about what I'm going to do for the next week, but at the same time, knowing very well in India, my brain is not going to want to do any of this because if I have excruciating travel anxiety and I want to numb it so badly with food or alcohol. So I might want to do that. That might just happen. So if it happens, it's okay. I'm gonna like just get curious, and I know I might gain some weight, but like what if I am able to follow my plan? What if I don't gain weight? What if, like, there is that possibility? You have to give equal airtime to the what if it works. So my quick revision for next week is going to be I am going to focus on walking at least 10K steps a day. So even in India, if it's raining, I really hope it's raining. I want to see the rain. I want to be in the rain. So I'm just gonna go for a walk, irrespective if my daughter comes or she doesn't come. I'm gonna go. I am gonna have my in the mornings are going to be only black coffee, no cream, no sweetener. So my first meal might be at 2 p.m. when my daughter has lunch. That's the time. I'm gonna break my fast with like some nuts. So I'm gonna go and shop for some nuts in India, and I might get some cream, full fat cream in India, and then I'm just gonna keep it and have that. So same routine. Sweetener, I will take my own sweetener. It's like so handy dandy. I can just put it in my bag. Dinner would be vegetables and chicken or fish or egg, some protein, and with some dark chocolate. So the dark chocolate is the good fat. I hope I get some good dark chocolate in India, and sometimes you don't get it. Like Lind chocolate, Lind 90%, 85% before was just like 13 dirhams. And now I saw it is like 25 dirhams. I'm like, what the? What is it, like some magical chocolate? Why is it suddenly so expensive? So I'm gonna go and see if I get some cheaper dark chocolate in India and I might bring it over. Okay. I might snack some nuts at night if I get hungry. Nuts. That's my plan. Unless, so I'll have to remember to get nuts. I might have to remember get nuts and cream. Apart from that, I will be focusing to sleep at least 7 to 8 hours at night. And I might stay up at night because my sister-in-law is also like on vacation. So we might sit and chit chat. So if I stay up at night, I will wake up late. And I'll go for a walk whenever I wake up because it might not be that sunny. I'm so excited to see the rain. I won't drink this weekend as I'm traveling, or I might drink a little bit, but it's okay if I drink, I think. I will allow lots of urges, especially like this is something which is very important, which is like cleaning up. Like suddenly there is like, this might work. It's like I have to just allow urges till like 2 p.m. So morning till 2 p.m. I just have to allow urges then. Then I will eat something and then again allowing urges because I have to finish work, right? So I'll allow some urges and then dinner time and then allow some urges and then I'm giving that nighttime snack. So I think it can really work out, right? Like sometimes you have to try so many things and then like suddenly you will find something which will work. So I think that is happening for me now. Also, I'm going to focus on enjoying all the things which I don't have in UAE, especially my family. My mom, dad are not there, so I might not go and visit my aunts and everyone, but my husband's side, everyone is there, and I might just focus on like connecting with them. I just, it's like I have a different brain now. So I look forward to these things. I might enjoy the weather, I might enjoy the people, I might enjoy just the rains. So I'm not gonna like focus on the food. I never really care because I always get sick. I get indigestion or some digestive problem. So it's not gonna be food, but I'm gonna focus on this other experiences. So I just have to lose like 1.4 kilos. Let's see what happens after travel. If I stick to my plan, I might actually lose weight. So wish me luck. I will see you next time. And if you are someone who wants to do what I'm doing, because listen, you might, when you do it for the first time, you might lose the weight and you will not understand how you did it because you are constantly getting coached. But if you keep a record of how you did it, you can just like access that. As long as you just keep getting coached, you are going to lose weight and you're going to maintain it. Problem happens when we stop getting coached and problem like suppose you lose weight and you reach your goal weight and then you figure out how to be in that goal weight and maintain over there for at least 3 4 months while getting coached. What's going to happen after that is you're going to like not need much coaching around food. And at that point, you can either decide to like use my coaching skills for something else, some other goal in your life, or meet me every month so that we can keep, cleaning up whatever, like if you gain any weight. So you can always like reconsider, just keep a close eye on it. But by that time, you would have learned so many tools around you, about yourself, that you will take full ownership around your health and your weight. So this is magical work. It's amazing because it helps you access so much positivity in your own self. It's just beautiful. I think everyone should learn how to coach themselves and in their mindset. And once you learn that, life is like so much fun. Look at me. Well, you cry sometimes a lot, and then you are so happy sometimes. That's not who I used to be in the past. I used to be just unhappy all the time. Now I'm happy so much more. So that's what is available when you are getting coached. So if you're interested, please get in touch with me and let's see if we can squeeze you in, and you squeeze me in your schedule and I squeeze you in my schedule, and we make time for the first session, and then we make time for the next one and the next one and the next one. The moment your brain is sold that this thing might work, you're going to be there and get your goals one after the other. All right, that's it. Bye bye.